Oh my gosh, thank you for having me. Should I wear like headphones or anything that I
No,
need?
no. Whatever floats your boat, it doesn't matter. We're just
Okay,
we're here to
cool.
talk about you.
Amazing. Now the set is perfect.
Yes. Oh, thank God. I was going to ask you to do that because I didn't like what I was saying. Truly. How's it going? You're in preparation for this for September 30th for this new show. Also, congratulations on that. That's a huge thing.
Thank you. I'm so happy. Yeah, it's in a week and a half. I'm going between like euphoria, so excited, and debilitating panic attacks.
Yeah. Is this your first one?
My first ever special, my first ever album.
Wow. Oh my gosh. I can't imagine to because you seem young, you seem like you're younger than I am. I'm 72 years old. But
So good.
you seem like, I don't know how long you've been doing comedy, but I can't imagine the feelings, as you said, euphoria and panicking, but I can't imagine like just the preparation and the time and everything because, when September 30th happens, you're going to be in the middle of it and you have to do it no matter
Yeah.
what because otherwise those people are shit out of luck because they spent all that money on tickets. You're filming it, you're going to release it probably in audio form as well. Like there's so many factors going into it.
Yeah, no, I was when I first they reached out to me that they wanted to produce a special, I thought it was a scam. I was like, oh, they want money. And they're
Mhm.
like, no, we'll pay you. I'm like, this, excuse me? Yes. Um, luckily I've been doing comedy 10 years,
Mhm.
all in New York City. I started here
Wow.
and that sort of my dog. I started comedy in New York. So I've been around for a while and I've been, doing cruises, I've been
Mhm.
doing colleges, but I haven't quite made like the TV breakout set
Yeah.
yet. And so I always assumed that that would come before any special,
Yeah.
that you would get some TV credits and then someone would come to you and be like, want to do a special. So I feel like I'm doing it in reverse order. Hopefully the TV stuff will come later. But so I'm just really happy that I'm like, I have no restrictions on what I can say.
Mhm.
They're not telling me I can say whatever I want, and it's an hour of it. So I'm really happy that this is like the first thing I'm presenting to the world. I don't have to censor my language or
Yeah.
my top content, the topics at all. So I'm gonna say exactly what I want to.
I love it. There's
Yeah.
there's something to be said about not doing the TV thing first because now
Yeah.
you can back in the 80s and the 70s, people used to do their same jokes over and over again. So you can take your best 5 minutes from this special and
Exactly.
and go over to Fallon or to who
Not Kimmel anymore.
yeah,
Oof.
not go. Oh, Jesus. Oh boy. No,
Yeah.
it's fascinating. The late night stand-up game has like really changed because when Conan was around and Letterman and even Leno and all those and people like that, you had stand-up and music pretty much every night. And now, Seth Meyers doesn't have music much anymore.
Yeah.
Kimmel's music booker was like really, really fantastic. I'm saying was as if it's like past it.
I know.
They're suspended. They could
Yeah.
come back.
Yeah.
But the only people that do stand up still are Fallon every so often, and
Hmm.
when his show has it, they're like maybe
Colbert.
yeah, and then Colbert also has it too.
He's
So
got like 4 or 5 a year. It's
yeah,
pretty,
yeah.
uh,
So I it could still happen, but like right now, I think the you're doing the best version, which is put it on TikTok and Instagram because fortunately, unfortunately, that's how people in your position get found.
truly, it's like, gosh, since TikTok took off, you saw it a little bit on Instagram, but the way that comedians are just like skyrocketing to fame just from content on their phones,
Yeah.
just talking into the camera, posting their clips. And so I've only gone viral a couple times, hoping. hoping. Um, that can bring some viewers. But yeah, because people don't are not watching network TV like they used to. That's not where we're the young generation. That's not where they're finding their new comedians. I would find new comedians from Conan in
Mhm.
like the 2000s and watch them there. And it was that and Comedy Central.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I
now,
just I love watching Comedy Central Presents and you're seeing, Mike Birbiglia for the first time and he's sitting up there with a guitar or like Jim Gaffigan and you go, "Whoa, these like who are these people?" And there was no way you could find out for them. Like we didn't have a computer. I was thinking about this the other day. We didn't have a computer. We had a until like late middle school, late when I was late middle school, like the mid 2000s. And even still, it was a gateway PC, and we had that gateway PC until I was like well into high school. We didn't have Wi-Fi until like
yeah.
my senior year. Like it was crazy. So like when you discovered somebody and when you're watching Comedy Central, when you're watching HBO, when you had those free weekends, you were able to like finally see, or staying up late and watching late night, you were able to
Yeah.
see like, holy crap, there's so many funny people out there.
Truly. And you know, and now there's the gatekeepers. I think Pat Oswalt said there's no gatekeepers anymore. Like it's, there used to be like the couple of bookers that,
Mhm.
controlled there's very few spots on television. Um, and now it's like they're all over the place, they get
Yeah.
there's so many opportunities. And lack of opportunities at the same time, because there's
Yeah.
so few television spots that you're like, you have to make your own opportunities.
Yeah.
And I don't know, the way stand-up used to be, it used to really be like based on very few people's opinion on whether they think you're funny or not.
Yeah.
And now they're listening to a lot more different opinions.
I was watching a lot of your clips, and it got me wondering how you're a touring comedian. How do you and you're in New York, which is good, so that's a good part. But how are you getting discovered and found on a stage, excuse me, in order to get consistent spots and consistent bookings, so that you can say, "Hey, this is my job." Because
Yeah,
you obviously, yes, you are getting your own special, but prior to that news, this was just like a job. You're like a working person who's going to
yeah,
an office and writing jokes down, like
yeah, yeah.
like
Yeah.
like the way like a regular person goes in office and does something. So, how does that happen for someone like you in that position?
Oh gosh. Everyone asks me like, how do you get your bookings? And I'm like, it's all so random.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh yeah, this guy that I met 12 years ago was like, hey, do you still do comedy? We need someone for something. It'll be a person, a fellow comedian who's
Hmm.
like, oh crap, I can't do something. Are you free on Friday? And I'm like, yes, you know. So it comes from a lot of different things. I've done like these big conferences, like these college conferences where you kind of NACA and APCA. And
Yeah,
so
yeah, yeah.
where they see and then they can book you. And I got cruises that way. A lot of time it's like cold emails being like, here I am, I'm available these dates, here's a new clip, here's some news, a lot of that. And then just randomly like this, I was recommended by a fellow comic and this Rhizome art, the company is producing it. They
Mhm.
reached out to me through my website and I was
Wow.
like, oh, so it's very random. And then, I've had reps in the past. I've had like, I'm in between agents. Um, but yeah, but they would get a lot of gigs too. But I would say always like 80% of the gigs. I'm self-booking
Yeah,
pretty much.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, how did you end up choosing this venue? I went to the venue's Instagram page, and I have to say it was way too sexy for me. I had to get off almost immediately. It was very cool to look at because I think that's a great place for somebody to do something different because you often see a stand-up special nowadays in a
Hmm.
stadium or
Yeah,
in
right.
like yeah like or an arena and I
Yeah.
I I miss the intimacy of a nice closed club with a couple dozen maybe 100 or so seats. Even a big theater is
Hmm.
something that is much more appealing to me than seeing somebody do comedy in the round and at Dodger Stadium.
Yeah.
No, and then no shade to Nate Bargatze or
You're
anybody
right.
like that, but I'm just saying it's just like, at some
Yeah.
point, enough is enough.
Oh yeah. I don't know if I could do comedy in the round. Um, well, they suggested the slipper room as an option, and I went, yes, yes, because I've been to their sexy burlesque shows with their
Oh,
acrobatics and their stuff, and I love it. I love the theater. It's like an upper layer, and it is small, but it does fit 200 people.
wow.
Isn't that crazy? But I loved like the vaudevillian, old school glamour and like just like pure smut and sex. I love it. They have like drag shows there. They have like circus performers there. I didn't know that they had comedy shows there. So when they're like the slipper room, I was like, yes. Oh my God, I would love to be the most boring act on that stage that week. I'd be honored because
Oh, calm down.
I certainly won't be doing any tricks of any kind. No, 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 I'm not a very physical
Mhm,
person.
mhm.
I will be upright, and fully clothed. But I wanted to do it so bad, and I'm so glad that I've seen the show before, and I think the place opened up in the 90s.
Yeah.
So it's a big part of New York history. I'm like,
That's awesome to hear. I can only imagine what it's going to be like because at stand-up show you've had it at your shows probably where people come in and say, "Oh, there's a show happening here. I'm going to buy a ticket and watch it." So there's got to be like one couple or one person who's going to walk in that show and be like, "Is it going to be sexy?" And they see a comedian and they go, "Oh, well,
and
shit."
I'm like, here's my childhood trauma. And they're like, oh, different show. Okay.
But you know what? They're still going to get off. That's the whole thing.
Literally, that's my goal.
So I also saw that you and your husband are both singers. That's wonderful. I think that to have two people in a relationship who are creatives and who can bounce off of each other, that is just astounding to see.
It really, really worked for us well because first off, we had similar schedules, like we were both bartending and then performing. So just dating, it became very easy because we
Mm,
both like work nights, hung out during the day, and then we go to each other's shows and stuff.
okay.
My second date, I brought him to a show. I was like a really cool like Brooklyn show and like some loft and you gotta have a secret code or something. I
Yeah,
was like,
yeah.
yeah, I'll bring this guy and sing. And but he doesn't do the exact same thing. And then I was a singing bartender and then he got a job as a singing bartender with me. So we were
Wow.
singing bartenders together.
What was that show like?
Oh, it was lovely. It was a gay bar, so he did very, very well.
Hmm.
There. He didn't even have to audition. They were like, "We love you. Come work here, please." I had to audition. I started as a fucking bar back. They made me work. Um, but so it was really sweet. I will say it is probably incredibly annoying for our roommate
Mhm.
because we're constantly just like like we're just constantly doing vocal warm-ups like
Mhm.
independently of each other and like I don't even hear him anymore.
Yeah.
I'm sure if like there's recordings of my roommate just looking in his phone like with a bunch of like nonsense noise going on in the background. So we're always singing and we did do a duet for our wedding and we did a medley of all of our greatest duets.
Oh, that's awesome. What songs were in the medley?
Oh, I thought you never asked. Um, First one is that, you know that song? Have you watched The Jerk with Steve Martin?
Of course.
Of course, that song that they're singing, I know you belong to
Wow.
someone. So we sang that, perfect harmony. And so it started with that, and then it went to um Time of My Life
Okay. Okay.
because Ryan was in Dirty Dancing, the national tour of Dirty Dancing. He played the guy that gets punched, gets the guy pregnant.
Okay. Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Yes. So
Yes. It's a very specific
so
role.
yes, so we have a bunch of Dirty Dancing paraphernalia, and
Mhm.
we sang that at the bar quite often. People love that duet. And then we sang the theme song from Arthur.
Okay.
My favorite movie from 1981, not the Bart Arthur.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Wow, that is a crazy pull. Like, oh my gosh. Even the jerk one was a crazy pull, but wow.
Oh, so we did that, just like a little, like
Snippets. Yeah.
eight measures. I don't know. Once in your life, you find someone who turns your heart around. So that's my
Mhm.
favorite movie. We named our dog Arthur.
Love it.
It's about being caught between the moon and New York City. I thought it was perfect. And
Mhm.
then we did Shallow because our first movie we ever saw was um, A Star is Born.
Which version of A Star is? Oh, well, obviously, never
The
mind. That's a
Gaga, the
stupid question.
Gaga
The
one.
Gaga one.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Yeah,
Yes.
there's four versions of that. So that's the
I
only
know,
reason
right?
I immediately jumped to it.
And everyone forgets about the first one. Thank you for saying four.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I knew the exact number because I've seen three of them.
Oh gosh, I still haven't seen Barbara and Judy's version. I only saw the first and the last.
Yes, I've never seen Judy's version.
Okay, we gotta watch it after this.
Yeah, of
Um,
course.
yeah, so all the songs were very meaningful to us,
Mhm.
and I made the arrangement. We had our pianist who we worked with come and play for us, and then my husband, after amazing standing ovation, such beautiful voices. Then my husband goes, "I have a surprise." Um, Sally Ann asked me to learn this song when we first started dating, and he like was like, "Oh no, I just have to find the right arrangement. I couldn't.
Mhm.
Oh no." And then I was like, "Whatever." I never asked him again. Well, he found the right one. He learned it, and then he sang the most heart-wrenching version of "Being Alive" by Sondheim you've
Okay.
ever heard. Everyone was weeping. I said, "I'm weeping, I'm crying." He completely upstaged my duet.
How dare he? What show is that from?
Company.
Okay, Company. I've never seen Company. Unfortunately, I saw the Company, the original cast album. I saw that documentary.
Great documentary, great spoof that they made of
Yeah,
it.
on
Oh,
documentary now. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I've seen
yes.
both.
Yes. But you haven't seen the show. That's
I've
funny.
What's interesting is I have a hard drive over here that has a download from YouTube, an illegal download of the version that Neil Patrick Harris and Stephen Colbert and a bunch of people were in that they put on Company. I think it was like in 2008. Yeah.
Ooh, I don't even know about this.
Yeah, you should look it up. It's a very I've never seen it, but it's like one of the most lauded versions of that show.
Oh, I can't wait. I saw the gender swap version with Patti LuPone. It was unbelievable. I loved it. I honestly don't think because when the show itself is like a guy who can't commit, I'm like,
Mhm.
I don't care about this story anymore. I don't find this story interesting. Oh, you meet a young girl who made you feel alive again? I don't care. I don't care. I don't care about the male journey into should I not be a piece of shit anymore? I don't care about that. But making it a woman,
Mhm.
I was like, she's a real person. She is fleshed out. This is complicated. This is legitimate, and this is real, and she needs to be heard. You know?
I love that. I love the reasoning. Did you hear about what was it? Is it Next to Normal with they casted a white guy in the lead role and a bunch of people are like calling it out as like whitewashing that role? Is it Next to Normal? Is that's the Asian
Oh
one, right?
God, I don't know. I haven't
Yeah.
heard this. You'll have to ask my husband. My husband, he actually is the one who does musical theater. I
Hmm.
got hired as a singing bartender because I'm funny, not because I'm a great singer.
Okay. You know what? I see the thing is I would never I love musical theater. I don't know much about it. But I do like when I find a show that I really like Hamilton. I was in early on Hamilton. I was in on it like so ahead of people, and I'm so proud of myself
Yes.
because Anthony Rapp appeared on Never Not Funny, the podcast hosted by Jimmy Pardo, and
Oh
like
yes.
months before Hamilton came out, he was talking about he's like this show is going to be huge, it's going to be big, and I bought the album and I was so excited. Maybe Happy Ending, that's the one I'm talking about. Maybe Happy Ending.
Oh,
Yes,
gotcha.
yes.
Gotcha.
They
Maybe
cast they cast a white guy in Darren Criss role, and Darren Criss I didn't know was is part
Asian.
Asian. Yeah, yeah.
I didn't watch Glee, but I know everyone's racial background. No, I'm just
All right. Well, yeah, okay. So
I know he's straight. That's the most
he's
surprising
straight.
thing. Yeah, he has a wife.
Oh, good for him. Oh, handsome
No,
guy.
no, look, we love our musical theater straights in the
Yes,
house.
yes. So you in preparation for this show, you're going out. I watched a lot of your clips, mostly to get ready for this interview and everything.
Which was your
Um,
favorite? What's your favorite joke? What did
the
you like
Drew
most
the,
about
the
me?
Drew Barrymore one. That I think that's very funny. Or actually, oh, I'm sorry, your impressions, your drunken impressions are the ones that stick out in my head. Actually, that's the reason why I emailed to get a chat with you because yes, you played those extremely well. So in preparation for the show, how are you picking and choosing these jokes? You know, this is 10 years of work, and obviously you're not going to be using stuff from year one, but you've developed yourself on stage as a person over the
Yeah.
past decade. You've gone through so many phases of your life. You have a dog named after Arthur's theme, a song that I hear on Yacht Rock Radio all the time. But
Christopher Cross. Yeah.
that's not even his best song.
Not
Uh,
even.
but it's I can only imagine, how much material, especially from the past 3 years, that you can even pick and choose from and really just put into this hour. So what does that look like for you when you're going through your notebooks or you're going through your jokes or even going through the stuff that you posted on online and say, hey, maybe I could do this Drew Barrymore thing on this recorded special.
That's exactly what it's been like. I can show you literally what it looks like because
Please.
I
Oh my gosh.
I got my phone. I'm like putting things back. I have notebooks open. I have a million tabs on my computer and my
Wow.
phone, just being like, okay, what's that? Okay, let me find the funniest version of that. Let me
Yeah.
look at these old. It's been, because I only got like two months to prepare for this
Oh,
before I
I
find
didn't know
out
that.
and it happening. So I was like, let's go. And you know what? I think I am going to use a joke that I said in my very first ever open mic set.
Yes.
I think I did. I'm like, you know what? That joke has lasted 10 years.
Wow.
But it's definitely a little evolved, hopefully. Um, but so it is cool to be like, oh my gosh, I remember that. Oh, I can't say this anymore because the political climate's a little bit different. Like,
Mhm.
this is a Hillary joke. Probably can't do a Hillary joke anymore. Even if it was great.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
so it's been very exciting and terrifying. And also my parents are flying out to
Wow.
see it. And I'm like, okay, do I want this in a special that they are going to tell their friends to watch? Me go like, let me describe my labia for a second. Like I'm like, okay, maybe I'll save the labia till special number two. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah,
uh,
yeah. Is that wait, so you want your parents are like you're okay with your parents hearing about your labia, but it's the people that they refer this special to as like no thank you.
at this point, I'm like, you know who you raised. You chose to fly here. You can. But I'm afraid that my parents are going to get judged by their friends.
Uh-huh.
Like, I already know my parents are ashamed of me. But I don't want that, but I want them to at least feel like they can talk about me in public without being like, oh, her. Like,
Yeah.
if you do like OnlyFans or porn,
Mhm.
nothing wrong with that. Not something you're gonna talk to your parents about.
Yeah. Yeah,
So I'm like, okay, I'm definitely gonna be dirty and not censor myself that way. But I'm like, do I need to do the dirtiest hour I have?
yeah.
Or so I think it's a nice balance. And also just like, what do I want to say to the world about
Mhm.
myself? What is true? What jokes do I think are most representative of my voice? Because like I can do a joke that works all the time, but I just don't love it anymore. I just don't like think it's brilliant. And even if another joke doesn't get as big of a laugh, but I just love that joke, I think I'm gonna put in what I think is funny and
Yeah.
what I want to say. But yeah, I have like 2 hours of material to really like chop up.
That's going to be great. I appreciate that as an audience member. But you know, and I'm not producing your special. I'm not giving you offering you suggestions because I'm not being paid. But
Mhm.
would you want to go in there with like an hour and 15 or an hour 10 worth of stuff and then, you know, be able to trim that down, but still have that chunk of things that you cut out and you know, use that to help promote the special because obviously people are gonna when they see
Oh.
this, they might be hungry for more Sally Ann.
Oh my gosh. Well, I didn't even think about using it for like promotional, but I was definitely like, I'm totally fine going over and
Wow.
cutting down. I would rather the show go long and then have to kill some darlings
Mhm.
than try to stretch it out. Because let's say I do just an hour in the filming, but I have to cut out 3 minutes or
Right.
something. Now I've got 3 minutes to fill to make the hour an hour,
Yeah.
whatever amount of time that there's a requirement. Um, so I would rather have too much time, too much gold to work with that I
Hmm.
have to throw some away
Hmm.
than trying to stir up some alchemy real quick.
Are you somebody, you strike me as someone who journals. Do you journal? Do you write anything that's not comedy? Like just like for yourself?
Yes. Oh my God. Oh God, yes. I have so many. I have like 7 journals just laying around. Yeah, I need to process my feelings. I also write in cursive. I'm very old school. I
Wow.
I know they don't even teach that anymore, but no, my
No.
my my journals look like a Civil War diary. Like it is cursive script and it is like I wish I could say I wrote something profound, but I'm just like, I feel so stupid. I hate too much. Why can't I get anything right? I think my husband's mad at me. He's not, but I'm mad at him. Like it's not profound. It's really
Yeah.
it's like morning pages, the artist's way. Um I'm not that book was a little too froofy and spiritual for me.
Hmm.
I'm a hardcore like atheist, materialist,
Yeah.
secular humanist type. But I did find the morning pages exercise to be very helpful, where it's just like just write. I only write 2 pages because three, I feel like two is enough. Uh,
That's a lot. That's two more than like most people do. Even for like, you know, a gratitude journal, some people find it tough. Some people, I'm pointing to myself, find it tough to just write down three things. There's so many, I have like so many stops and starts. I was looking over all of like every single writing app I have on my iPad and on my phone. And there's like different gratitude journals from, you know, every year for like the past like 5 years. And there, some of them have multiple days, some of them have one day. And I'm just thinking, like, why did I even attempt this in 2023?
oh my God, a gratitude journal where you're only allowed to say things you're grateful for.
Yeah, like big or small, it doesn't even matter.
But the rules, sometimes those can be helpful
Hmm.
to be like, I'm only going to write things I'm grateful for. That's, but yeah, no, that would be hard for me. I don't think I'm like a naturally super grateful person. I don't know. I tend to, I think a lot of comedians do tend to be like, what's the catch? What?
Hmm.
Very
Hmm.
suspicious of the good things in my life.
Well, you know, but you don't seem like a typical cynical comedian. I feel like, and I'm
Mm,
not saying that everybody I've spoken to has been, you know, just like an angry at the world type person, but you seem like you're here to have fun. You're on stage
yeah.
and hey, I'm telling jokes. I'm here to be relatable, and I'm here to be relatable, and
Yeah.
and that's it. Like you're not expecting much, with the exception of laughs.
Right. No, that's definitely true. I'm definitely not like an angry comic on stage. I would say my cynicism is deeply in my mental illness is off stage. No, I also think I come off happy because I think I come off as confident. I say come off because I don't I don't think I'm confident, but
I think you are.
I think I present it as confident and like on stage, especially like not in the world. I'm probably just like get out of my way like everyone else. But and I think that confidence, people are like, oh wow, she's like really sure with herself. And I'm like, it's more like I've given up. on trying to be perfect. I'm
Right,
just,
right.
you know. But yeah, I think that probably is a bit of a contrast to some comics because I get asked to host a lot.
That's good. You seem like you could be a really good hosty person.
Thank you. I That's probably like 70% of my shows. I'm hosting a show tonight. Like, yeah, I get
Look
asked
at
to
that.
do that a lot.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, Sally Ann, I don't want to take up too much more of your time, but I do want to say congratulations on the show and, break a leg, kick ass on it because this is as much as we decry, everybody's getting a special or everybody can put something out.
Yep.
It's still a big step. How many comedians are just touring and they're never going to put out a special, even though they say, I'm going to put out a special one day, one of these days.
Yeah. To have something to show for my work 10 years to be like, to basically to have my parents have somewhere to point their friends that isn't YouTube,
Yeah.
that like seems legit. It's a big step. And just like, let's say I die after this or like nothing happens, something horrible, I never do comedy again. I
Mhm.
will at least have something to show for my
Yeah.
10 years of work. And I am beyond grateful for that.
Yeah. Hey, go to Prime Video, go to Apple TV. Just look at this thing. It exists and it's here forever. And unless somebody, God forbid, deletes it.
No. And if you're driving Sirius XM, it'll be on there too.
Hey, look at that. And that's it. I'm a subscriber. So there you go. Well, thanks
Nice.
again, Sally, and be sure to, I noticed you have a lot of bags back there. Just be careful out there.
Wigs, costumes.
So much. It's so much. But you're
I'm exactly
prepared,
who
and
you think I am.
we appreciate your preparedness.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right.
It was so great talking to you. I want to talk to you about movies and music all day.
Well, next time, I promise you.
Yeah.
All right. See ya.
Bye.